Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Charles, West USA Realty Team Minute, and I have a very special guest today, one of the greatest lenders in the Valley, David Krasinski. How you doing, David?
Good, man. Thank you for having me today. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So let me know a little bit, and the people, a little bit about yourself, how long you've been doing loans, what got you into it, and how many ups and downs of the market have you been through?
Well, I've been through a few ups and downs. I've been doing it since 2002. I currently own DK Home Loans, and I've been through quite a few cycles, quite a few presidential elections, and things of that nature. So I would say that I'm pretty seasoned when it comes to seeing the different cycles of the economy and how the economy works in regards to the loan business.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I wanted to do this video with you because you're very knowledgeable. You always let me know stuff that I may have not known. But in addition to that, I get a lot of questions from my buyers in this crazy market, and I wanted to bounce some of those off of you. The first one being is with all this stuff happening with forbearances and things like that, some clients are getting forbearances right now on their mortgages, not paying, and then we're selling their houses, right? If that person was going to buy, would they have issues getting another loan or qualifying?
It is my understanding that they would have issues, Charles, because a forbearance is where they're, obviously not making the payments, and they're meant for people that can't make their payments. So they've got to, prove that they're able to now make their payments. I've heard that some lenders are actually requiring a 12-month period after they enter and withdraw the forbearance before they can actually qualify for a new loan.
I gotcha. Cool. So they should rethink it if it's possible for them to kind of forego that. Is it the same with refi also?
It is the same with refinances, correct. So, obviously if they need a forbearance, then that's the way to go. But if they can avoid, entering into a forbearance, then they're better off, because we both know if the rates drop down and they can refinance and save some money, that's going to be helpful for them. But if they have to enter the forbearance because they lost their income, then that'd be the only choice for them to enter.
Cool. Another question I had that my buyers are asking me, that as far as the market going up and down, things like that, well, not necessarily the real estate market, at least here, I guess the interest rates. Talk to me a little bit about the rates, where they're at. Are they high? They low? Do you think they're going up, down?
That's probably the question that people ask the most, as far as where the rate's going to, where are they going? Do we think they're going to go down more? Especially when people are refinancing right now, they're wanting to make sure they get the lowest rate possible. It's a tough question to answer because there's so much that goes into it. You have people that are scared to buy mortgage-backed securities right now because they might default. With 30 million people unemployed and a 17% unemployment rate, you're going to have some of those loans that go into default, of course. So I think that overall the rates should kind of go down a little bit more. From my understanding, they might get into the high twos. I think they're at good levels right now, though. Depending on the loan program, we're anywhere from 3.5% to around 3% right now. So, right now, if you're thinking about buying, it's a great time. These low rates they're definitely going to help you keep your payment lower and more manageable. And then if they do go down to 2.5, then somebody could refinance into that.
Yeah, that's true. Awesome.
Cool.
And today's Cinco de Mayo. I have a client closing today. I was promised tequila because of Cinco de Mayo. But just to give people a frame of reference of the date, 2020, where about-ish are the rates now? And I know it depends on the credit and all that stuff, like high and low end. What's like a range somebody would get today if they locked in?
Yeah, that's a great question. It depends on a lot of factors, like, is it a primary residence? Is it a, investment property? Those type of things. We're seeing on average, anywhere from 3% to 3.5%. Some 15-year fixed are at 2.6, 2.7. You know, a lot of people see these advertisements on the internet for 2.625 or 2.75, and they get confused sometimes by those numbers, and they think that, oh, that's a 30-year fixed and there's no points involved and there's no fees. And but you know, obviously those are advertisements, and they're meant to make you, to draw your attention to those. And then, you know, they don't always promote the accuracy of where the market really is.
I know that's right. I've not to pick on new builds because we're actually going to go to a new build community pretty soon here. But you know, sometimes the lenders advertise that super low rate, and when we started digging in a little bit deeper, that's like, oh yeah, we'll give you closing costs and you can buy down your rate with it. Like, so you can make your rate whatever you want, pretty much,
Right.
and advertise that, but it's you paying thousands upon thousands of dollars to get that rate down.
Yeah, and the new build lenders they're infamous for that. I mean, they'll throw out a $4,000 builder incentive, and they'll use every single dollar of it to pay for their underwriting fee and their processing fee and their doc prep fee, and you know, you name it. And then you're throwing in points on top of that. So by the time you use the 4,000, I mean, basically that all goes back to the lender anyway.
Yeah, definitely. That's how yes, I see it all the time. But if anyone has questions for you about the market, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
You know, the best way is just give me a call on my cell, you know, my cell phone, 602-695-7575, or shoot me an email. You know, my email is david@dkhomeloans.com. And
Pretty easy. David at DK.
yeah, DK like Donkey Kong. People always like BK or CK, or, you know, but yeah, definitely. Either way is fine. You know, obviously you can pass my information out to any of your clients that we can help out or assist. Or, you know, if somebody's considering doing a refinance, or, you know, we make sure that we're doing good by them and making sure that it makes financial sense. Some people in the industry will just do a refinance, and doesn't even make sense sometimes, you know. So we always try and make sure that we're treating people like we'd want to be treated.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, I know this is a pretty quick call, but I wanted to just jump in and give some good stuff to the people before you know, I guess we start opening back up. I think the restaurants open up. This will date the video, but on the 11th. What is that? Monday?
Yeah. You know, I have a quick question for you, if you wouldn't mind, Charles. Maybe you could explain how how things are in real estate right now. For most part, I mean, like, I'm hearing a lot of people have questions about, is now a good time to buy? What are you seeing on the front lines?
So on the front lines, that's pretty awesome. Every month, I actually print out just kind of some snapshots of the market, and we drop a video for our database and people that are looking. But it really gives us a lot of insight and information. And everything I'm showing, we go all cities on the west side, from like Buckeye to Levine to Waddell, Surprise, Goodyear, you name it. But what we're finding is that the days on market are actually dropping year over year. And we're just doing the month of April compared to last year's month of April, like the year over year, what's happening. So we found that April 1st is when we had our stay-at-home order go into place, all the way up until the end. So that's when we're really on like a lockdown, right? So every single city, the days on markets drop. I'm looking at Buckeye here. It's like 22% less days on market. So homes are selling so much faster.
Wow.
Then when we're looking at the money, it's not a matter of like they're discounting the homes. They're still going up. Buckeye's up almost 6.5%, which is like $17,000 when we're looking at the difference. All the cities are up. None of them have dropped. We had a drop in Waddell a couple months ago. And when I dug into it, we found it was because they started having new builds, and most of the homes were there like $500,000. But then the new builds are going for like 200. So it dropped the average. But over the last couple months, our market has just been trending up and up. And all the experts predict that with this whole thing happening, that it's just going to go up slower. So it's still going up, but it's been really good for my sellers, because a lot of them, when you sell and then you buy a house, you get the benefits of being a seller, because let's be honest, it is a seller's market.
Right.
And as a buyer, you kind of don't. But with the rates being low, that's the balance, and they're getting a better rate to get more house. But now with all this stuff happening, and they're like, well, might as well cash out now. How much faster is it going to keep going up? They might as well jump in now and get it cash out, and then get their property for the sell bys or downsizing, upsizing, all that stuff. So I think that's just happening now. And once we start getting back all the people that were waiting to purchase or to sell, it's going to go even faster, farther.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So it's my 2 cents. Cool. All right, then, man. Well, thanks again for stopping by. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Click a link somewhere, up, down, left, right. And I will talk to you soon.